Gonna go by fast, I think.
Florida Mutineers, the underdog coming in. They have the 7th seed jumping up from the 9th spot to start the week. Can they keep climbing? Well, they're going to need some stellar performances once again from a number of players. Brack is dropping the digits this week. Havoc has had those lights-out games, but this needs to be a team effort. And I'll be honest, I don't see how you beat Toronto in 2 respawns. So if they pull out another dub tonight, it's got to be coming in the search and destroys again. That Game 5 has been their key to success all year.
It has to be in the search and destroys. Another thing that doesn't make sense about the map vetoes is Brack has a 1.29 on Embassy Hardpoint, so they're not bad at that map, but that's what they veto in this series. And it doesn't make sense. I don't think this is a good time to test your map pool against the 2nd seed, but it has to start in that LSC low. Florida, it's probably one of their better search and destroys. We saw them play it yesterday, so I don't know. This is a weird series, Bucket.
I like Florida. They always get weird, and I'm here for it. On the other side, we know what to expect from the Toronto Ultra. Scrappy is going to come out confident. He's going to talk some smack. Stanley's going to feed off the vibes. Insight and Kleenex are going to be in the right spots at the right time, setting all of each other up to just get the team W. But if there's an individual to watch today, Nameless, what number, what player are you keeping eyes on the mini-map in particular?
It's always Kleenex for me. That guy's an absolute dog, man. He's making plays, and with how good that Vaznev is, I expect him to have a good performance throughout this series. I think they have to take both hardpoints. Obviously, most teams have been doing that against Florida. Florida's statistically the worst hardpoint team that we have in the game. Yeah. Then also we're looking at the control. I mean, both teams haven't played Fortress Control. It'll be an interesting one. Havoc's been taking over in the controls, but Fortress is one. It's a little bit more in your face, a little bit more one-dimensional. Just got to execute your game plan.
We just gained 10,000 followers on the channel. Thank you all for watching, and I should say viewers as well. Hit that follow button while you're here to get the notifications every time we go live. We got Toronto Ultra Florida, we got Optic Texas Boston, and we'll close out the day with Gorillas versus Thieves. But it's time for match number 1, and we have our first set of beautiful casters. It's Miles the Ross Boss, and the man most likely to serve for the state police later in his life.
Wow, what intro. It ain't getting better than that. It ain't. There's no way to serve this game up any finer. Chris Puckett, the day is yours. Guys, let's have a great day of Call of Duty. Chance, how you doing, brother?
Dude, that hit the core. I was a criminology major. That's probably what I would be doing with my life if I was not commentating Call of Duty. So I don't know how Puckett knows things, but Puckett, he knows everything.
He certainly does. Well, a lot we do know coming up into this matchup, Chance, of course, Vito's the desk touched upon it quite a lot. But this is going to be a fun one. First time we're going to a couple of firsts here in the series either way. But this should be an absolute banger. Both teams, you know, current form spicy. There's going to be a lot of trash talked in this one.
100%. And I will say for like both the question marks for the pick and bans were on Mercado, one for Hardpoint and one for the S&D. The S&D, I have no explanation as to why Florida got rid of that where they're 3-0. I know the 0-5 record looks bad on this map for Florida, but I could sort of see it. 3 of those losses are just to Optic, and the other 2 were like 10-point games. So I think the stats don't tell the whole story for Florida on this map, but it's still a dangerous game either way because Toronto, well, they're elite.
You can keep the stats already in the game. Florida Mutineers doing what they can to hold that bottom side of the minimap P2. That's where it's all at for now. Toronto Ultra with at least 35 seconds to be nabbed here on first. Mikado's a crazy map. We've already seen some wild moments here in the early stages here of Modern Warfare 2 and looking to add to the pile already. Vico, the man of the moment, who had a lot of good time yesterday, trying to make his way to the point. And for now, it's the slow game. It may be the time for Toronto Ultra, but it's the map control for the Florida Mutineers.
Yeah, sort of a default setup. Florida do a nice job of not allowing those spawns to get broken, but the exchange, when you keep the pressure on the bottom of the map, well, maybe you don't get all of the time over towards P1, but I mean, I'd say so far so good for the Mutineers, keeping things locked down. And I mean, I think Brack was called out as one of those sort of underrated players on Florida when you're looking like across the league. Strong stuff from him. You get the rotation. Florida looking for a full 60.
Don't forget, Brack is a former Toronto Ultra player from way back in the day. Here comes the hit on the hard point, though. Major Maniac, the man there holding down that bottom side of the window. This is the top view, the alleyway through that backside. Here's the open courtyard where those players are going to try to break on through, but you have to get into the cantina, and that is the hardest part of this hard point. Mutineers locking this one down again. Here comes their hit. Havoc's going to find another quick pivot. Oh, takes another one. Havoc has not slowed down whatsoever since yesterday. Sweet Jesus, he's got another.
Very nice moment right there from Havoc, and the patience as well, because 2 of his teammates died behind him. There's players up top, but he holds his L trigger, waits for the first guy to come around the corner, and then delivers for the next few. So solid stuff out of Florida. Set themselves up for a full 60 and ended up getting 45, 50 points off of it. So developed a nice lead, and now trying to develop a pinch on the hill. Havoc, he swung his way across the map. There's a player above him, but already for Ultra, they're scattered on this setup.
Yeah, this is wild. Ultra, oh dear, good work. They're out of scrap. That one opening is going to buy his teammates a little bit of space. Here comes Jamie Craven, insight into the hill. Kleenex as well, but Vikul can't get any more out of it. Scrap stays alive. The first man in the kill feed, the last there. The break is good. Ultra finally on the point.
And that's great patience coming out of inside as well. That was the player up top, and he waits an extra few seconds before he chows down low. So Toronto, very well coordinated, and that coordination needs to continue. 2 players being swarmed on the point. Scrap, though, L triggered up. Hey, he gets traded out. Florida, they get the break. And Standy, who has just now gotten his first kill, is dealing with a few. But it looks like for Ultra, it wasn't easy. It wasn't the cleanest hold in the world, but they do get a decent chunk of time working their way back into the game.
And it's all about really slow moments like that. Get as much time as you can out of each hard point. Try to keep the race relatively close. Because for now, Ultra is still locking it down. They're looking towards Barbershop now. That's coming up the low right-hand side of the minimap. About to pop now. So far, Mutineers have got the man in there. That will be getting them the time. There's big pressure from Kleenex not to get the kill. Major Maniac up next. Here comes Scrap. Can Scrap get it done with the tack? No. Good work there at the Mutineers. Map control theirs. Hard point still in their hands.
And the timing on the spawns right there for Ultra did not pan out, because they had actually had a player spawn behind Scrap over towards that bottom cantina. But his players all over the place. Kleenex is chowing through the front. He's got 2 AR players in the back alley, and then Scrap over by the other truck that's on the map. And you got the scattered push, you got the pinches on the hill, and if not for the trophy, you had the coordination for the break. Ultra back inside, and it looks like they deliver. The scattered pushes from Florida, maybe not enough, or there's always someone extra. Such a tricky hill to hold on to, but Ultra execute, they get the job done.
It's a really good test of a team's ability to keep track of players, that hard point. Wow, crazy stuff there, but it comes to a close. You've still got the Florida Mutineers with a slight lead going into next now. We go back over towards the courtyard now of the warehouse. So once again, plenty of hard points here in Mercado. An 8-point game for now. Ultra with the control, but you've got the Mutineers on the outside. Here comes Vikul, first man in the kill feed, gets himself one. Stanley with the immediate bounce back. The rebuttal is there. Any more to be had? Smooth moves, I think not. Kills are good. Numbers starting to dwindle for Ultra. You've got the Mutineers now locking it down. Surely that point is theirs.
Yeah, no hops right there out of Standy. Having problems moving on the map and having problems killing as well. 4 and 10 through the moment, so definitely a little bit of a slow one that Mutineers attempting to take full advantage of. You got Major Maniac on a 5 spree up top in the power position. And Florida maybe showing off that they're not as bad on this map as we thought. Nice little stretch. 7 spree in the cruise secured. All that scrap time and a nice little lead. Mutineers have built themselves.
He's disgusted. Magic Major Maniac stuff right there, just peeling them as they make their way forward. Hardpoint still going the way of the Mutineers. This is a great look for them, though. Here we go. Still in our first set of rotations. Still 7 spree for Major Maniac's going to call in. The streaks now trying to clean up bottom side of the cantina now. Anyone on the out and about, they're going to be forcing the inside. Scrap stays alive. Good use that trophy system made of pure gold. Here we go, though. Mutineers now looking for the break. One from the top side. Vikul cracks a door, cracks a couple nearly there. Kleenex stays alive. Brack's the next man in, but so far a good hold out of Ultra. Can Brack get it done? Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Yeah, but the trades are good. Wait, what? Chance, will he see it? No, it's done. Scrap's good. Hardpoint still in contest.
Eventually, right there, Ultra able to make that break, right? Scrappy taking a little bit longer than we thought, and the pre-fire not good enough. And, I mean, you talk about scrap time. This isn't scrap time that's being left right here. This is 30 seconds that Toronto might be able to collect. So these Cantina, whether it's above or below, always a money hill. And this is too much time that Major Maniac does not want to trade away, so he'll fight for the final 10. Knows he's in the corner, but Ultra kept it content, right? They always had an extra player nearby. They were ready for the push, and again, right back in this game.
Yeah, still, though, holding it for now, Florida Mutineers. Let's go for a very quick listen in and see how the boys are sounding.
With you. I'm gonna travel walker heady for you.
He's too deep. There's 2 deep. One more forward.
He's behind the corner. I checked it. What the fuck?
Yeah, we
There's
can
two.
No, it's only one.
There's only one. There's 2 dudes. No, I saw another one. He's one there. Okay, listen, he's gonna reflank middle, Mike.
I'll repinch middle then from yellow van.
Okay.
I'm not jumping in carpet.
I'm holding it for a second.
Could be
I'll
white.
see him yellow van. I'll see him fly out. Just fly out. Dive
Okay.
it.
Left corner.
Got him. One more in hill. With your garage.
One straight back trips on, one flank middle.
Middle, yep. He just flanked in now. All good, guys. We play for house.
He's going
Here. We
middle.
play for
He's
house.
going middle.
Spawn down.
He's gonna white truck. He's gonna be white truck. Standing.
I'm wrapping right.
I spawned house. I'm gonna go top. Low is open.
I'm coming
I'm
through.
gonna go now. I'm going now. Yeah, go deep.
I'm waiting for you, Mike.
You're gonna be playing for the house.
Okay.
Oh, on top of him.
Clean next dark. He's punching out yellow van.
Yellow van, he knows I'm here.
Back long right now. Back long. I push now. I actually
Yeah, enemy came. He's dark. LL, 2 head cut.
He's dead. He's dead. He's dead.
Nice.
He's pushing up long. Scrap.
Okay. I stunned
That's
it.
one B cut. That's one B cut.
He's low house to tables. Low house.
Let me see. Clinics
Oh.
good spawn.
I mean, bro. There's one
going
head,
wide.
bro.
For the guy
There's
left.
three there. For the guy on hold. There's nothing old. Scrap.
I can get your
I'm holding
tunnel.
out. I'm holding out.
Oh, he's Cena. What the fuck? He takes so long.
No, RB inside. He's on
Edge
RB.
cut. Let's go
Do
right now.
something together from PD. I'm gonna go dark, bro.
Tunnel done.
Good
I'm gonna go
shot.
bitch. I
I got the
got
last one. Top 10 on me.
Okay.
One's gonna be gate. One's gonna be gate
with
or
you.
RV.
Top
Top 10 and wait, he's
Close,
bottom out.
close to me.
Bottom dark.
Dead.
Nice.
And NL scrap weak.
In
NL
L,
scrap
and then
weak.
one's probably god heading. White truck on me.
And L, one's L as well.
Inside one shot white truck.
Fucking child.
Q or L and hedge cut going deep.
Taking time.
Oh!
And you hear from the comms that the game plan from Florida is absolutely sound. They knew what corners to check. They knew what late pinches were going to be coming through. But the execution on the ideas, non-existent. And Toronto Ultra have just taken over this game.
Oh, what a turnaround for Ultra now. Standy, the man who started the game, 0-6, is now 15-14. He's managed to transform this moment. First hard point, all safe and sound. Ultra have managed to get a decent chunk of it. Second now, all set up for them. This is a brilliant moment for Toronto Ultra to try to walk away with this one. Counter-attack now from the Mutineers. Got to be clean as hail. And clean is the name of the game, but it's the wrong side. It's CleanX. It's 2 for him. It's 23 overall. And he's got this side of the map all his.
Yeah, and that's that SMG duo as well. Standy again with those pinches through the middle of the map. He started off slow, like 2 and 8 at one point, 4 and 10. Well, he's made it to positive territory, and when he turns the game around on a 4 spree, I mean, you just see that the lead has become almost astronomical at this point.
It's not over yet, though. Here come the Mutineers upstairs, trying to clear these spots out. They're
Yes,
running out
hero.
of numbers. A couple of players through the back line. There's 30 seconds still to be had here, so you're not going to let this one go. You have to get in the point. You've got to slow this one down. You've got to get more pressure on this one. And here come the Mutineers. It's a good late break. 20 seconds going their way. Rotation's going to be done as well. Oh, Brack has just got a sweet spawn.
Yeah, the best spawn of all time. How are you ever going to read that? And maybe a moment of life and opportunity to try to claw your way back
shots.
in this game. But you got a long way to
Good
go.
shots.
With insight and the swarm for is like this. I don't know what you can do.
God.
Haven't put 2 in a blender.
Got him. But wait.
And the host ended the game. Okay, tilting for everybody involved.
Oh, there's a-
I have no idea what the hell just happened.
Oh, the face of Scrap there. I mean, we were annoyed about something. We saw Havoc get a sweet 3-piece from the old Skycam. We will get an official ruling of what has just happened, but all right, Ultra, they get it.
No, I'll wait for the official ruling.
I'll wait for the official. I'll wait for the official.
Noah hit 250. In my opinion, that's how to win hardpoint, but I guess we'll see.
All right, we'll see what happens. Either way, though, what a crazy matchup. Okay, we did lose a DC so late into the game as well there. Wow, 235 to 155. We will wait on an official ruling before giving the crown to anyone, but that is a tough scene to be in. What a matchup that was. What a fantastic comeback from Toronto Ultra. Started a little slow, all Mutineers all day. Then towards the latter end of the matchup, obviously when the sun went down, Ultra came up. Crazy stuff from them. Either way, though, first map, not quite done yet, friends. Again, we are waiting on an official ruling there, but whew, we saw some ish on that one, Chance.
Yeah, I mean, Mercado is very much a map, and obviously it is hill-to-hill dependent, and when you have 7 of them, it takes a long time to sort of break into the details, but it is very much a map that if you make, like, a single mistake, a single bad push, or you get 3-pieced once, like, that's just going to let things spiral out of control, because I think the listening was perfectly timed. Florida was playing very well, neck and neck, had a nice little lead, and then we heard in the comms the one moment where they don't check the corner that CleanX was in. That hill turns into a full 60. The next section of the comms we're listening to is them saying, hey, we know where Standy is. He's going to late pinch through mid. And we heard Major Maniac saying he was going to pick it up, but eventually it just like too much time passes. They don't expect a late pinch anymore. And that's when Standy comes through, picks up a 2-piece. It just completely kills your push. And like, those are the moments where the game spirals out of control. Mutineers were heads up, but again, the execution just not there. And obviously Toronto, I mean, they really started running away with it.
They really did. Well, the cool news is they get a chance to run away with it all over again. We did have Standy lag out of the game with the last possible moments there. Obviously, it was 15 for the win. However, ruling states, both teams down with it. We're running it back, ladies and gentlemen. So we hope you love Mercado Hardpoint. You get another one. Here we go, mate. This is going to be interesting. We're going to see a repeat. We're going to see a blowout. What in the name of goodness happens?
I mean, again, the expectation is certainly for Toronto to be the better hardpoint team. Florida had the 12th overall in a league with 12 teams hardpoint record. So, I mean, that is certainly the game was shaping up the way that it was expected. And I don't know, man. I just looking at that moment for Ultra, like not reading the completely unreadable spawn of Brack for no reason gets gifted a rotation just for the spiciness of the openings. But that's just the way the map plays. But I'd say if nothing else from Ultra, maybe try to have a stronger opening break. I think it was like after P2 where they got nearly full 60 and were never able to flip those spawns. I know certainly that's something they're going to be looking to do, and obviously Standy and Kleenex will be the duo, in my opinion, to try to be the ones to push through and actually make those breaks happen, because I don't think Standy, he might have started slow for the first few minutes, but he certainly eventually was able to find the hot hand that will carry into the reset. He's very happy with it.
Oh, he did. I think he finished the game with the last sort of time we saw him before being brought down, like a 6-spree or a 7-spree. Same there from Major Maniac. Again, he managed to pull some streaks out. Saw a cruise missile getting involved there. And again, I think both sides, a hot start to the series. Consider that the warm-up, ladies and gents, because now we're really getting to the meat and bones of this one. Search and Destroy come after this as well. We'll touch upon that a little bit later on, but that could be an exciting toss-up. We're almost ready to go. Fist bumps are out.
Come on, Max, stop.
It's time to get back
Your
into the
mom's gonna
game,
get mad.
ladies and gents. And again, I hope you love Mercado Hardpoint, because we're running it back, baby. Here we go.
Bienvenidos. I don't know what that means, but
Welcome,
sounds nice to say. Welcome. Hey, welcome back to the map then.
Close that door.
The run it back as well as Boston coming up early February for that one. I'd say Toronto, they're just looking to be the team at the top at the end of the tournament, and Florida still in sort of that looking for improvement situation, because again, if you're at the bottom of the league at anything, especially a game mode where there's 2 maps in the series, I think a win is not quite yet on the horizon. So we need to see these improvements, and we need to see them fast on the side of Florida Mutineers.
Well, here we go. We're going to run it straight back into the hard point. We have it. And again, Mutineers open the last one up pretty strong, as does Brack once again. Nice 2-piece into the hill. Already you find the Florida Mutineers. Now they had perfect control of P2 the last time round, so we get to put them to the test once again. Can the boys of Ultra find their way forward this time a little stronger? And it looks like, Chance, the answer is no.
Oh, they've just got him completely contained as well. I think Ultra trying to work through the gate side of the map, and hey, they get a couple of those kills with attack 56s, so things are at least opened up, but this is a sizable lead already built over towards P1, and those spawns have not flipped yet, so talk about on the reset, maybe the idea of Ultra making improvements. Instead, it's Florida that look even better.
Yeah, they look even better this time round. 28-7, different looks though. Final few seconds going to be going the way of Howdy Diddly Doodly. Nope, Havoc's going to get it. Of the boys of the Mutineers. Final 10, looking for the close break. Scrap's still alive here. He's got himself a sweet spot. This is a good place to be. He's got a teammate with him. That's going to be Standy making his way through the backside now. So you've got the hard point.
Dead
Basically,
silence,
all
let's
yours.
go.
Spawns have flipped. You've got one player left to deal with, but Major Maniac, as quiet as you like, he's going to play this one very sensible. Wait for the boys to roll up. Here come the Mutineers, already in the kill feed, getting things going. Standy's got to catch these players out fast.
Oh my
God! A lot of kills, so Brack, it's 4. One of them was a teammate, but the break is theirs.
Hey, he wants them all. He'll just take the whole lobby down with them. That was actually Ultra doing a wonderful job of approaching P2 just for a moment like that, for the life to get snatched out of their lungs. And now you turn it into a situation for, I mean, hey, final 30 seconds. It's not fun to have to deal with. You're getting picked apart. And I mean, hey, deja vu all over again. I think it's almost the exact same score line we have going into P3.
Oh, man. Here comes the aggressive comb across the middle of the map. Got to watch out for Scrap, who has the cross covered. But you've already got members of the Mutineers now on the inside. Towards the back line. Here comes Insight with the old window hops. No trophies there to save him. 3 members now on the point. Last man on the outside. The Mutineers have got all angles covered, but they don't have the numbers.
Yeah, they're waiting for the pinch as well. Havoc has been working the flank for quite some time, but Ultra, they had the setup, they had the reads for all these plays, and as soon as Havoc falls, everyone else can just turn their attention to the other direction. So the next 3 players on Florida, they got to hit through the same side, all through the front.
Yep, here we go. Through the front. Vehicle bad timing. Not able to get anything out of that one. Here we go, though. Ultra still keeping it together. What a reach out from Kleenex. Finds another one as well. Scrap with 2. Beautiful work. All 4 down. Mutineers back to the drawing board.
Yeah, absolutely nothing on that push. As soon as Kleenex finds that first kill on Havoc, the rest of Mutineers absolutely stagnant. only given one direction to look for Ultra, and they make that look easy. And we talk about Standy, technically a slow start, but also the man has a minute inside the hill, so he's been bored just collecting this time as his teammates having fun on this rotation. 2 clean kills in the feed. The approach is pretty quick over towards New. I guess Florida, though, they do get a very close spawn, so those early kills don't really matter.
No matter too much, but over to the barbershop we go. Ultra with an earlier lead than the last time round. How the break's going to look this time? It was not an easy thing to do first go. Scrap making his way slowly in there. The spree's still on. If Brack pokes a barrel, spotted him for closed door. Says all you need to know. That's awkward as hell. Gets it. Clean break. Toronto are in.
And that was an interesting moment of no one actually watching the back door at all, and the player in the back alley not watching anything. So Ultra effectively just a cakewalk into the hill, and Scrap happy for it. 10 kills to his name. Where he falls, his teammates should be there for the cleanup, or maybe Mutineer's actually a nice little bounce back as the fight for these final 30 seconds. The absolute trade fest and nade fest that will exist on this hill.
Well, Insight's frag grenade actually destroyed his team's trophy in there. So with that, I mean, it just meant that he was going to get blown up a second later. Crazy stuff. The delicate balance of the to and fro there on the inside of the barbershop. That concussion from Stanley. Perfect time. He slows it down. Here come the trophy. Wow, what a move. Mutineers are out. Great hold. Here's the late break, or an early break rather, on the next hard point as they have smashed their way through.
Oh, Vikul is flying as well, straight out the window just for the extra kills and the extra intel, but it is flanks for days, and Standy got behind enemy lines. Little 1v1 maybe between him and Havoc. Spot Havoc loves to play. We've seen him do it in 1v1s, but for the moment, it is just not an easy hard point to live inside of.
That nods. Havoc can't get any more out of that crazy little run. The courtyard now is a wide open space. Ultra with the numbers. Lined up through the dark alleyway. Here comes the space to work with it, getting it done. 1 kill at a time. Brack can't get any more out of it. Kleenex, what a 2. Unbelievable stuff, Hardpoint Ultra.
Yeah, Kleenex was tagged up in that engagement as well, so nice little move. I think Havoc might be thinking about a late hit towards the point, or maybe just a rotation. That's a lot of time that just got chalked up, and that will be Ultra taking the lead. But if you're chalking the time, that means you want the control of up top, but Standy causing all sorts of problems, and it's the SMG duo again that opens things up, and it's Standy that is going to close that door and shut them down. Rotation by Ultra, guaranteed.
Guaranteed. Scraps once again got the middle cross covered. If anyone tries to hit that alleyway, they're in danger. There goes one. Pops up for the second. Gets it as well. Vikul and Havoc now pushing up daisies as you see Toronto Ultra pushing up the score.
I mean, that's just too easy, in all honesty, right? SMGs all over the map, whether it's Scrappy with it in hand or the actual duo, but a free rotation after they got the final 20 seconds of the scrap, and that's one of those Mercado moments where Florida, you make that one mistake, you drop the ball for a second, and it is going to be absurdly difficult to try to fight back in, because you're forced to fly to the hill with the TAC 56. Easy trades right there from Insight. And maybe just one final push from Florida looking for the scrap.
Oh, it's the dad strength right there. That moustache powering him up. A solid amount. If you've ever held a moustache in your life, male friends, let me tell you, it does help out a lot. 160 to 112 now. We did a listen in with the Florida Mutineers the first go around. This time, though, let's listen to Toronto Ultra.
P4 truck, Vikul, and he's left-hand corner P4 truck.
Close left.
Yep, close left.
I'm gonna help you in P4. Give me a second, I'm stunning.
On ladder, I'm
I
repitching your
stun
ladder.
myself, bro. Close left, close left. Watch out.
Laying in pallets.
Weak, close left. And on the blue car,
Havoc's pallets going
still
gate.
behind the door,
Pallets
right behind the door.
Okay,
Blue car, watch out, blue car, watch out. 110 P4.
Feeding your dog
In P4 now, in
nutrition
P4 now.
has helped us donate over $7 million a year to pets in need through the Rachel Ray Foundation.
Havoc legit.
So while you can't adopt every
Tell
dog,
me, like, you can kill him. Blue truck, blue truck,
can
blue truck,
help
blue truck.
them.
Dead. Nice, last guy.
RB, let's go.
Good time.
RB, one shot, RB, one shot. Challenge left side, RB. Just holding left side. Holding left side, laying down. Another one RB, or challenge left side, challenge left side again.
That's two ladder.
Did you come across that one?
Another one RB.
I'll go on lockers.
Left
More
side.
locker, staring. Locker.
Yeah.
Weak.
Really weak.
No, two lockers.
Yeah, just stay down. Weak. Do that. I'm rotating.
Yo, two on safe side. Two more. Nice. Give me one more. They're just playing through.
One more, you do that.
My god, that sounds fucking crazy. My god, that sounds fucking crazy.
1 second.
One below weak.
I'll get
Look,
six.
lockers again, Eli. It's close. 100%
They
there.
give me my gate.
I'll be my cut.
One of lockers, I think, was got ID on me.
Nothing got it.
Make a push up mid then. He's mid cut, stun.
I have it, chow.
You're going like towards Zig.
Alright, speak with Eli, keep up, bro.
Challenge me mid. Good.
Ladder on me.
I'm coming, Eli, I'm coming. I'm here now, I'm here.
Ladder. One shot, ladder. RB.
cut
Another
still.
two spawning ladder, Jamie. Mid cut and two ladder.
I have mid cut.
Do you have my mid?
Give me, absolute.
Should have hit.
One for
Oh,
JP,
one
contract
for mid, I'm
dead.
on
T7 in mid
We're still
cut.
looking grateful.
I'm in the right.
One's the mid cut.
The gate's weak,
Just
I need to be
wrap
careful.
over. Wrap over you.
easy to digest comms as they're calm as ever, of course, with the occasional flavor from Scrappy in those moments. But I think Major Maniac just got his first kill in the past like 3 minutes, as it's been Scrap on the flip side that has been dominating the feed. As Ultra, I mean, again, similar shades of last time. Once they get the ball rolling, they just simply take over.
Yeah, they're not stopping, are they? It is literally relentless right now from Ultra. What a move out of them. The restart has not hindered them whatsoever. History has repeated itself. Here we go, though, into P2. We are lined up as Insight. He is lining up Major Maniac, looking for a few more here. Vico can't get through middle. It's a clean 4 down. Florida Mutineers, you gotta go big right now.
And that is a clean GG, and obviously even pro teams
Major
are
to
easy
fucking
to
do
read
some
these
shit.
spawns. All 4 players on the right side, but Ultra, they'll figure it out. They got the corner, they got the dolphin dives, and they got the 3-stack, the last-ditch effort to try to fight for this time as Scrap is surrounded, but that's where he likes to be, right in the mix.
Right in the mix, final few moments. Can he get the break in? Oh, we're gonna see Florida Mutineers stay alive for a few moments longer. Ultra now, shoulder to shoulder. There's no eye in team, but they're making it work as they've got the eye on the prize right now. One more break and they can get in this one. They have to buy that time, though. Get things going. Not over yet. Here we go. Another point. That's the final kills. That should be it. That should be game. That should be the first .2 map completed. Toronto Ultra. What a bounce back here on Mikado.
GG, done and dusted. Number 12 hardpoint team in the game. Ultra. Having a lot of fun. Insight made me feel a little bit of fire.
Where the fuck did he get that from?
Scrappy with the smile
Done
on
and
his
dusted.
faces. I don't know. That's an intense look for a map 1 that felt more like a cakewalk for the Ultra Boys.
I will say, I'm all for this 2023 MW2 trend of like spitting at the camera. I'm with it, man. I'm absolutely all about it. 1-0 so far in the series. Florida Mutineers unable to get anything going on either of those Mikado hard points, but 250-165 will be the final score of our first map. And again, a massive bit of work there from Standy. First time around, not so great. Kleenex as well in the damage department. Great work out of them. But Chance, what was it? Was it all rotation? Was it strictly gunny? What was the secret to success for Toronto Ultra?
Well, if you're looking at the Ultra like duos that you have, the SMG duos were absolutely putting out like the damage, and the rest of like the AR players just comfortable sitting inside the hill, soaking up some time, and actually collecting all of the kills, all the non-tradeds as well. So I think their life was just able to be very easy, more or less the entire time. And I mean, on the flip side for Major Maniac, only 1,400 damage, only 10 kills to his name, and him and Havoc were allergic to the hill on this one as they were unable to find it. So a bit of a cakewalk there on the reset. But if you were a gambling man, this is exactly what you would expect for the series. Most of the Mutineers games really don't start until map 2.
They don't. Well, map 2 is just around the corner. Before we get to that, a look across the highlights. And I'm not sure if this is a full... Actually, yeah, it is. It might be the full package of both the matches, which we saw some brilliant sprees in. Major Maniac in the first one. Crazy stuff. We saw a wonderful good work from Standy, Kleenex again. Look at this back and forth. Wonderful comms from both teams. Great little moments created there. And you certainly need that on Mikado. It has to be the sort of precision of getting those breaks, managing to take care of everything with it. Trophies, teammates, making sure spawns are good. MW2, she's grown up before our very eyes, Chance, but no one quite has mastery of it yet.
And, you know, one of the moments we just saw in the highlights was like that first P3 hill, like over towards 10 of like Florida Mutineers. Again, I think for the most part, sort of have the right idea. But if you remember when Havoc got killed on the flank and the other 3 players from Florida just stopped in their tracks, didn't know what to do, took way too long to make anything happen and just get picked apart. And that's where the game got sort of turned away, where Ultra like picked up a full 60, had all the time in the world to actually set themselves up on rotations. And it sort of feels like if that like initial game plan breaks down, Florida, at least at hardpoint, not able to handle the chaos and clutch up. And I'd say for Ultra, again, smiles on their faces for reasons. Comfortable map 1.
Jamie's a smile. I mean, Insight is absolutely losing it. 2023 trends, ladies and gents. We'll see plenty of that. He's still going. They're still going. What could they be saying?
Honestly, there's no anger and animosity. Scrap is probably just telling Insight to get fired up, so Insight's probably just screwing. Like, he's just trolling. He's just having... That would be my guess, but...
I wouldn't be surprised if he's just screaming what he's had for breakfast very loudly at the camera, which I honestly think is a great idea. Can we get a badly lit red CDL edition with some of these cams? Because, my God, would it be brilliant. Kleenex not at all amused by the victory in the first or the second replay, but for now, Ultra sitting pretty. As for the rest of the Florida Mutineers, a little bit of growing to do there on hardpoint Mikado.
Yeah, Kleenex might be a perfectionist. He stunned himself one time on that map, so he's very like down about it. Guys, I need you to be better next time. I know I had all the damage in the world and set you guys up perfectly, but I'll be better. Speaking of being better, on map 2, this is where Florida have absolutely been like shining. Obviously not just S&D, but this map specifically. 3-0. They're the second best team on attacking rounds in the game, 11-4 on offense overall. So that's what I'm paying attention to for the side of Florida. But S&D generically is kind of interesting. Both of these teams have a 9-5 record, which is like tied for the 3rd best overall. But statistically, Ultra do kind of just look better across the board. They're, well, slightly worse in the first blood category, but they win more of their 3v4s. They're better at converting the rounds when they actually get the first blood. In Florida, a lot of their stats in search aren't particularly great, like 11th overall in actually getting the first bloods, middle of the pack in clutching 3v4s, middle of the pack in converting the rounds when they get the wins. Where Florida shine, it is in round 11s. They're 5-1 in round 11s. Half of their games nearly have gone the distance, and they're just ridiculously clutch. But in terms of like actual dominance in search and destroy, Florida haven't really exhibited that. And I think Ultra, again, statistically, if not neck and neck, maybe a slight edge. You just don't want to have the ice battle against Florida.
All right, so game plan right now is don't go to round 11 against Florida. That's the game.
Pretty much.
That's. I mean, Ultra statistically, the way you set that one up, nearly every single scenario, Toronto Ultra have the advantage in search and destroy, except for the round 11. So don't go to round 11 if you're Ultra. Get it done way before then. We have
Come on, Toronto, close this shit out.
It's someone's fault, and it's probably one of these players on screen right now. We're almost ready to get into the search and destroy. LSClo coming up next. Now, LSClo chance has fast become a very, very exciting search and destroy map to watch. We're seeing more snipes than ever. Especially this sort of, this early into the game, which is very, very fun for me. Obviously, Clayster being one of those guys we've seen hit those big bangers. I'm hearing something about dance moves. What's going on here? We got some dance moves?
Motherfucker has hand warmers?
This is here we go. What's happening? Oh, insight.
Oh, the sprinkler.
He's sprinkling them. Oh, hang on. Unbelievable. That's team chemistry, the synergy there that you simply cannot make up. Oh, wait, Kleenex is throwing something here as well. Oh, my God, man. A team that dances together. Prances together, I suppose it is. Kleenex there, a man of many talents. The whole squad having a real good time right now. We're becoming more and more talented these days, Chance. I mean, New York Subliners are all exceptional singers. Toronto Ultra dancers. I wonder if anyone's good with, what team has got the best sort of like knit game going on? Who's putting together them nice cable knit fisherman sweaters, huh?
Look, if you have the Dutch dancer in Kleenex on your team, I just feel like he exudes talents, right? I mean, he's upset with himself for the one self-stun that he had, and I think Standy hasn't even shown off any of the goods. He's a player that wasn't really dancing too much,